Very good morning, sir. Thank you for joining us on Bloomberg Quint. So my first question to you is, with the launch of commodities derivative platform, how do you see this segment shaping up, say in terms of profits and revenue or opportunities, say next 2 to 3 years?
See, the way we look at it is we are a patient organization. We don't look at it from the perspective of revenues or profits. We are primarily a compliance-oriented exchange, and it's basically also first line of regulator. So our perspective is always on giving the best service, the most fair, transparent, efficient, and highly technological-oriented services at the lowest cost. And if people do come, then it'll add to the revenues and all. But revenues and the profits are usually not something which we worry too much about nor discuss.
Sure. Which products will be launched in commodity space with respect to both futures and options, and also if you could tell us some of the specifications over the same?
We are going to launch with gold and silver futures. The contract specifications are very similar or almost the same as the ones which already existing exchanges have, including the delivery framework, the lot size, and so on and so forth. So that's our first phase. We have already applied for the crude as well as for the copper contracts to the regulator. So as and when that is permitted, we will add that also. Later on, we will add other metals, and we also have plans to get involved in agri-commodities at some stage in future. We have already tied up with many associations, including gold and silver related associations. We have also tied up with agricultural associations, base metal associations, cotton associations, soybean association, and so on and so forth. So effectively, we have basically our next 1 year is going to be very eventful in terms of creating newer products which are more connected to deliveries, more connected to the spot markets. And our eventual hope is to make India a price setter in at least 10 commodities where India is one of the largest producers or consumers or both.
And so how do you plan to protect your market share, trading volumes, and withstanding pricing war as NSE 2 will launch commodity trading?
We are more of a regulator and a compliance-oriented organization. So usually we don't worry too much about the price wars and all. Of course, to attract additional people to trade on BSE for next 1 year, we have decided to not charge transaction charges. But transaction charges, as you know, are not the largest component of people's cost. And that's where to just reduce the burden a little bit, we have done this. And hopefully, because of our high-tech activities, more automation, better reach, because BSE is currently the largest reaching organization in India with presence in almost 3,000 cities and 200,000 terminals, and with more than 4.05 crore unique client code. We are the largest exchange in terms of the unique client code, and I believe that will add a lot of new people to the market going forward. Of course, we also need to reach out to the farmers and their associations and other things. So we have also tied up with the associations, and hopefully we'll be able to reach out even to larger number of people going forward.
Sure. If you could tell us about the launch of trading segment in GIFT City and what is the next growth driver there?
In the GIFT City, we have basically set up a new exchange called India International Exchange on January 9, 2017, which is around 1 year and 6 months old. And this week, it has been trading more than $1.5 billion a day, which is like 10,000 crore rupees per day. It has become larger than Dubai Gold and Commodities Exchange. It has become larger than NCDEX, which are much older exchanges. And so, of course, we don't charge today because the competition is not charging in that space. And similarly, in many other areas, we are not charging. But in mutual funds, we have started charging, and that's giving us good results. We are already market leaders in OFS, offer to sell, offer to buy, SMEs, which are all profit-making segments for us. Even currencies, we have become the largest markets, or interest rates and so on and so forth, where again we are reasonably profitable. So overall, most of our new businesses are making profits. Some of the new businesses are not yet matured. We are getting into newer other areas, like getting involved into power trading with PTC and ICC. We have planned for a new exchange. We have applied for it. Similarly, we are also getting into insurance distribution and with EBIX of US. And so effectively we have many things on our plate, and we think going forward we will have many new sources of revenue, not only for ourselves but our members and our ecosystem at large.
Sure, sir. Lastly, what kind of participation are you seeing on the delivery side versus what's happening in the F&O market, given the current volatility that we are seeing in the markets? Also, how is the market share panning out for BSE at this point of time?
See, basically in currencies and interest rates, we are the largest markets in many ways. In terms of the IPOs, we are the largest market. In terms of SMEs, we are largest markets. Offer to buy, offer to sell, we are the largest market. Two markets we are not doing so well is equity and equity derivatives. And hopefully we'll be able to sort of score in equity derivatives going forward in GIFT City, where we are larger than the nearest competition by almost 4 or 5 times. And hopefully in the commodities also we'll be able to make some marks. So going forward, it remains to be seen how we are able to attract the newer customers and existing customers to trade on BSE's commodities in near future.